So now we have the calculation, okay? So this is the question. Let me erase this first. This is our first kind of present value calculation, okay? Jen wants to plan for her daughter's education. Her daughter Rachel was born today. When I do present value calculation, I like to draw this timeline. Oops. Let me see if I have more pens. Okay, so now it's time 0. And we'll go to college at age 18 for 5 years. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Tuition is currently $15,000 per year in today's dollars. Okay. Jen, so you make a lot of assumptions now. Jen anticipates that tuition inflation is 7% per year. So it's going to grow, let me put it here. So it's going to grow by 7% each year, okay? And she believes that she can earn 11% return on her investment. The question is, how much should Jen save at the end of each year if she wants to make her last payment at the beginning of her daughter's first year of college? Let me put it in the graph. If she wants to make her last payment, okay, so she wants to stay at the end of each year. So the first save is here, okay, and till the last saving is at the beginning of her daughter's first year of college, here, beginning. Be careful about the beginning and end, okay? So that's the question. Do you have the financial calculator? Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. It's too hard to get the right answer immediately, okay? So I will guide you through this. The first step, I go to the, I'll say, can you record here? Can you see here? Okay, so step 1, I want to know what's the tuition at time 18.
50,698.
Is that online?
No, I good.
Okay, good. Please don't go online. I mean, I trust you, okay? Don't go online, okay? So, yes, it's 15,000, right? Growing by how many years?
18 years.
Good. By 7% per year. And it's going to be, well, how much?
50,698.
I usually keep 4 decimals to be more precise, okay? So this is because of inflation, that's the amount of money he needs to pay at the beginning of each year, okay? Sorry, at the time of 18. Okay, my second question, can you give me the present value of 5 tuition payments at time 18, Is that okay here? Can you calculate the present value of all the 5 tuition? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the payment, okay? And it's going to continue to grow by 7%, okay? Can you tell me the present value of all the 5 tuition payments at time 18?
I thought she would end all of her payments in the first year of college. So she wouldn't be making those payments 19, 20, 21. The last one would be 18.
Well, sorry, I'm talking, so you are talking about the savings. Oh, now we're talking about the payments. This is saving.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the saving payment, okay? So let's look at the present value of the 5 tuition payments. So to give you more time, this is harder.
Inflation is still growing 7%.
Yeah, and it's still going to grow by 7%. 12,000, no.
Yeah. 207.
Louder, please.
207, 80.
No. Closer. Okay, so can I move to this side? Yeah, okay. So let's do this. So you know the fact and the interest rate, etc., right? So let's do that step by step. I will ask you one difficult question. That's 2 points. I will finish the rest, okay? And I know it's easy. How many? 5. Okay, how about the future value? You need to input this. 0. There's only payment, no future value. The tricky part is what's the interest rate and what is the payment. But also there is a discount value. The money is going to grow by 11% with the interest rate. There is some discount rate is 11%. Yeah, that's about right, but I want to be more precise. Who got it? So, okay, 2 points. So it's 11% over 7% minus 1. You said 4% is 11% minus 7%. That's the estimation, so I want to be more precise. Do you understand why? Let me explain a little bit. Sorry to move this again. Let me explain a little bit. For example, this when I calculate the present value, actually the calculation is at time 18 it will be the first payment, right? No need to discount, no need to grow by inflation. That's it at time 18. The second one, it will be this amount. Oops. First, grow by 7%, right? Grow by, 7%. Discount by, I need to discount, you know the present value cash calculation. Discount that by, what's the discount rate? I told you 11%, right? So discount by 11%. And how about this number? So it's going to be this number, grow by 7% for 2 years, discount by 11% for 2 years. Yeah, so therefore basically it's saying that I try to get a kind of inflation adjusted return. It's kind of a real return. Is this one, right? So basically it's all the payments, if I divide that, it's just flip that. So it's 1 plus 11% over 1 plus 7%, right? That's the new discount rate. That's kind of inflation adjusted, okay? So that's actually it's a shortcut. If you have time, you can first calculate all the new numbers and discount them by 11%. That's the same. I just have a shortcut. So the payment, although the payment is going to grow, but I can say it's the same because I just put inflation here. It's kind of a shortcut so that you do not need to calculate one by one. You can have let a financial calculator to do that, okay? Because you adjust, although it's different, every payment is different, but you adjust for 7% growth in the discount rate. So you do not need to calculate the increasing payments one by one. That's the trick. That's the hardest. Do you understand? If you have a question, you need to represent the rest of the students. Raise your hand. Okay. Do you understand this part? What's your question?
Tell us about the payment again.
Payment is Payment is, it's not the same. It's going to grow by 7%, but I do not want, and then it's going to discount by 11%, right? But I do not want to, what if there are 20 payments? I do not want to calculate each new payment again. So I want to save the time. So because I know it's going to grow by 7%, and we're going to discount that by 11%. So I create a new interest rate. It's kind of a real interest rate adjust for inflation. Before, if it's constant, if let's assume if there's no inflation, then interest rate is just 11%. Yeah, but now we know there is inflation, so we decrease it a little bit. So that's, are you familiar with this formula? This is real return, right? This is nominal return, this is interest rate, sorry, inflation. So you got a real return. Then you do not need to calculate each new payment anymore. You just save time, the same. Okay? So you got 2 points, okay? So the number, you have a number?
Minus 253, 305, 153, 32.
53 first, minus 50.
253, minus 253, 305.
I got 253. I got named
Did I got it wrong? Let me try. Because you got the close result. Let me see.
I got 235.
Yeah, that's my answer, okay? Yeah, that's my answer, okay? Let me write down my answer and now I'll double check because since both of you got, oh, I see the trick. Did you use end mode or beginning mode? Yeah, that's why we got the same result. For those who got 253, probably it's the beginning mode. That's the other trick, okay?
So original annuity.
Because I asked for the present value today, and the payment is today. So basically, you are saying that you are paying at the beginning of each year. So that's why you need to change the mode to beginning.
Our numbers.
I will write down my number, and I will write down begin and the present value. From your financial calculator, you will get negative 235871.61. So you got 1 point, okay?
So we are looking for a present value.
I'm sorry?
We're looking for a present value.
Yeah, these are all the inputs. This is your output, present value. Present value is what you want to calculate. And you will get a negative number.
So the rate is 11, we have back that
Yeah. Oh, and if you don't get it, some calculator, depends on calculator, you need to time it by 100. Some calculator, you need to time it by 100 because they consider that if you cannot get a result, it's because they consider that as the percentage.
I multiplied it by the one to get it back.
Some calculator, you need to put 3.74. Calculator, you need to put 0.0374. You need to check. Make sure you got the right answer. I don't know your calculator, okay? Any questions? You need to be familiar, you know your calculator well. I don't know your calculator. Sometimes you need to time 100, so you 3.75. Some calculator you put 0.0 because this is equal to 0.0375. If I ask you for the same question, if I ask you what's the present value at time 17,
Okay.
you use end mode. Why? Because you know, I ask what's the price here. And you know the payment, the first payment is at the end of, so you ask the time, what's the present value at time 0, time 17, so this is time 0 now, right? So the first payment is at time 1. It's at the end of the first period, so that's end mode. But now I ask for what's the present value at time 18. So time 18 is time 0 now, right? So I know the first payment is at the beginning of the first period. I know this is the first payment.
So,
I need to hurry up, okay? So question 3. Can you tell me for this, so this is the present value at time 18, right? Can you tell me what's the present value at for this amount? Oh, you got negative because that's the financial calculator. Actually, it should be positive, okay? But it's normal you get negative ones. So you say the present value is this amount. Although in the financial calculator, it's a negative number. Okay? So can you tell me, so this is at time 18. I ask for the time, present time 0. 2 points, okay? I ask for the present value at time 0 for this amount. this is the amount at time 18. I want you to further discount them back to time 0. So what's the interest rate, what's the number of period, etc. Okay, so the easier one, I just discount them back, okay? What's the discount rate? This one, raise your hand. It has 1 point. Raise your hand, what's the discount? 1%? No. No, sorry.
11. She said 11.
Who said 11? You said 1?
11.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Then you're right, 1 point, okay? So 11%. I will explain. For how many periods?
18 months.
Okay. So this is a little bit tricky, but if you have that graph, that timeline, it will help, okay? This is the part. Why is 11, not 3.74%? Because there's no inflation anymore. We already consider, don't forget step 1. We already adjust for inflation here. We already adjust for inflation. So we just discount them back. No inflation anymore. We already adjusted for the first 18 periods. Now we discount them back, okay? So that's 11%.
The question that she wants to say that
Not yet, that's step 3. No. So this one will give you 3604641. But if you want to use the financial calculator, the input will be, this is the future value. This is the future value. This is interest rate. This is N. And the payment is, if you use the financial calculator. And this is the present value. That's why I say this discount is easier. But if you want to use the financial calculator, this is the input. Future value N, interest rate, and the payment is 0. You want the present value. There are 2 ways. Then it's the last step. So what's the annual payment? So basically, I just say today, I want this amount. And I'm going to save for the next how many years, at what rate, so that how much do I need to save at the end of each year. Let's see. This one, 3 points if you can give me the right answer directly. Okay, let me repeat. I know the present value is this amount. I want to save for how many years? What's the interest rate at the end of each year? 4680. Wow, great. 3 points. Okay. So do you need more time or you want me to explain? Okay. So present value, copy it. 36046.41. What's N? We count it if you're not sure. We pay at the end, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. Okay? So 18, N equal to 18. What's the interest rate? That's the tricky. 11, why there's no 7%? Because I didn't say there's any other inflation. I just said inflation is only for tuition. We already did that. We finished, okay? And the payment, future value, 0, and our beginning mode. You don't forget, change to end mode. So because for this case, I said pay at the end. So for example, I know this is the value as of today, and I know the first payment is at the end of the year. Okay, so I calculate end mode, then the payment is 4680.37. So because they're trying to, it's kind of cash flow treatment. They say you pay out this amount and you get inflow here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the final answer. So she needs to save $4,680 at the beginning of each year for 18 years, so he can save up to this amount. That's the complete answer. in the exam, no matter you have what's the case, you don't understand how to start, at least put what's n. All this counts. Don't try to give me the answer directly, because I know it's easy to make mistakes. Give me all the inputs. Even you got the answer, give me all the inputs. I give you partial credits. I know it's hard to get the final answer right for one time, okay? And sometimes there's a rounding error. So give me the inputs, and I won't, and it helps because if you make mistake in the first step, I don't want to double deduct the points. So I will base on your answer. If you got the rest right, even it's different from my answer, give you credits. Okay. Okay. So are we okay? So you present to her, and she said, "No, I cannot save that amount, this huge amount." So she said, "I cannot do that. Can you find me another solution? That's too much. I cannot save that much." And then you say, "How about you save for more years? So you can until the beginning of her daughter's last year of college, not the first year of college, last year of college. Then how much do you need to save now?"
So change it from 18 to 23.
So I want to save until the last year, the beginning of the last year of college. Okay? So save time. Do I need to change this?
No,
Do I need to change step 2?
only n.
Only the last step. Okay? So give you some time. Tell me the answer. What's going to change in this formula? To which number? And then I got 4408.95. So you don't save so much. You save about $270 each year by saving 4 more years. By saving 4 more years, you save $200 each year. Okay? And she said, too a big difference. And then you say, how about you save at the beginning of each year, and still until the last payment is it's the beginning of the last year of your children's college. So it's still until the beginning of her daughter's last year of college, but you start to save today. Start at the beginning of each year. Start to save today. So save 1 more year, right? Start to save today instead of wait for 1 year. This one, 3 points. That's the last question. How much would she have to save if she chooses to save at the beginning of each year? And still the last payment will be the beginning of her daughter's last year of college. So I'm going to change the timeline. So now it's like this. You are going to save at the beginning. Okay? So anything need to be changed for the 3 steps, for the first 3 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, do we need to change?
No.
Yes or no? Give you some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Are you getting that this far? Do we need to change anything in step 1, step 2, step 3?
Yes, it's like that.
Which one do you want to change? Any inputs? You're talking about step 4? Which one? Which end? And in which step? Yeah, so my question is step 1, step 2, step 3. Are they the same for this question?
Are we going to change this?
That's my question. So forget step 4. If we want to go to step 4, we need to finish step 1, 2, 3, right? Do we, based on the new question, do we need to change step 1, 2, 3? Anything need to be changed in step 1, 2, 3? Why? Which one to change? Why? This is tuition. And what I changed is the saving.
Also 6 years?
So let's go from step 1. Is this going to change? No, right? I didn't see anything needs to be changed. How about step 2? Is that going to be changed? It's the present value of all the 5 tuitions. Anything need to be changed? No. And then the present value of the tuitions as of today. Do we need to change?
Step 3.
Step 3. So what?
Saving for 1 more year.
It's not saying this is the present value of the tuition at time 18. And I want to know what's the value at time 0. Do we need to change? No. Okay. So only change is step 4, like what we did for the second question. Okay, so what to change? Question 1. 1 point.
From ending to beginning. So
Okay, 1 point.
okay. Get it off.
What's the answer? Okay, we didn't have a... Okay. Is this going to change?
No.
That's what, 1 point.
Yes. No.
18.
23.
Who said 23? Okay, 1.
Why does it change to 23? Can you explain that?
Okay, let me write down first. And how much do you get? No. Okay, that's right. 2 points. Okay. 3928.45. Okay. So compare, I erased that, but compare with the answer here. You saved additional about $500 each year. Because this is 3928.
You save about 700 a year.
Yeah, overall, but compare with this,
Oh.
you save another $500, right? So give you something. That's the last question to get the points. Okay, 2 points, 2 points. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay, so you save additional year. Only additional year, you save $500. But when you compare the results between this one and this one, first one and second one, you save 4 more years. You only saved $200. You save for more years, you only save, and you said in last one, you only save for 1 more year. You could save $500 each year. How come? 2 points. Raise your hand if you. Why? It's very simple. Are you trying to say that?
Yeah.
I said raise your hand. Actually, it's not fair to raise the hand. Anyway, so. Oh, thank you. So 2 points. Okay. So yes, because she starts early. That's the point. That's a numerical demonstration to save, no matter it's for education or it's for retirement. Start early. It will make a difference. If you wait until late, I mean, it just stay. I mean, you start to save 1 year earlier, that will make a huge difference. But if you save 4 more years later, it won't make such big difference anymore because of the compounding power. Okay? So now that important information for you. Okay? I'm going to post the answer key online. Go to assignments. I'm going to give you another practice with the answer key. Okay? And plus, I'm going to post the review questions online once I check you. Okay?